Here is advice I'd give my 20-something self about negotiations, whether it's real estate, whether it's business, or it's life in general. Look, I grew up a very, very shy kid. I went to college. I came out of college. I jumped into this roller coaster of real estate, did not have a clue what I was doing. And one of the things I was weak at was negotiations. I was not good at negotiations. I'd give in way too easy. And this is something that took me probably over a decade to get better at. I was a pushover. And if you're somebody that just likes to get along with people, when it comes to negotiations, you might tend to feel like you've lost a lot. You might feel like you're getting taken advantage of because you just give in too easy. And if you feel like you're on the losing end of negotiations and you're in real estate, that's a bad place to be. You're going to make bad deals. You're going to make bad decisions. This afflicted me, and I'm going to cover 3 secrets to winning real estate negotiations in this video that I've learned over the course of 20 years in the real estate industry and the real estate business. So if you want to start making more money when it comes to negotiations, stop thinking 50-50 compromising is win-win and where you need to settle. A lot of my negotiation tactics, a lot of my epiphanies of negotiation came from a book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. This is probably one of the best books I could recommend to you. Go get that book. It will completely go into detail of everything I'm covering here, but never settle for 50-50. 50-50 is the easy way out, and 50-50 is not the right solution most of the time. If you're settling for 50-50, you're giving away too much. Win-win does not need to be 50-50. Win-win is rarely 50-50. Win-win is what each party can walk away with, feeling good about, but is not just compromising. And in fact, compromising will often lead to the parties being unfulfilled. Don't settle for 50-50. Where is your line? What is your goal? What is it that you're looking for? And how can you get what you're looking for and also get the other party if it matches? How can you negotiate with them to get what they're looking for? But don't just give in on what you're looking for. Don't give in on your side of the negotiations just because you want to compromise, just because you want it to be 50-50. Don't settle for 50-50. Next up, the most successful people in negotiations are not stern. They're not angry. They're not bullies. Actually, the most successful people in real estate negotiations or in negotiations in general have a very upbeat, very positive, very friendly vibe. If you're very friendly, if people like you, you're actually going to get more deals done. You're going to get more of the negotiations to go your way. So be likable. Be an authority figure if you can, but be likable, be upbeat, be a positive person when you're talking to people, and that will go further. Now, what happens when you reach a point, though, where it's sort of a hard line? It's a point in that you're not going to give in on the negotiation. What do you do? Again, going back to that book, Never Split the Difference, this was a really great tactic that I picked up, is you shift. So you go from being upbeat, positive, and friendly to just very plain and basic. No, we can't do that. No, I'm sorry, this isn't going to work. No, I'm sorry. No, we can't give in on this point. No, that's not going to work. If you just have that monotone voice and you just keep repeating it and you keep on the same phrase, that works really well in negotiations. You just state no to what you don't want to give into and you just stick with it. You don't get angry about it. You don't get emotional about it. Because if you start digging in and getting emotional, that's going to set off a boomerang. So then it's going to boomerang back to the other party. They're going to start getting emotional. They're going to start digging in on their side more. If you take the emotion out of it, it's just a very flat, no, this isn't going to work. No, we can't give in on this point. No, we need to find another way. And then you go back to being a positive, upbeat person that's friendly, that wants to work out something, that wants to negotiate, but you hold on the lines that you need to hold on. Don't just give in. Again, going back to point number 1, don't settle for 50-50. So that is my second point on negotiation. Point number 3, the number 1 mistake most likely costing you in negotiations by far is your emotions. Your emotions will allow you to say yes to bad deals. Your emotions will destroy negotiations over ego, over pride. When it comes to negotiations, define what you want and be willing to walk away. The party who is willing to walk away is the one who holds the leverage. The party that has less emotional involvement into the deal is usually the one that holds leverage. Whoever is willing to walk away, whoever wants it less, will extract more from the other party in negotiations most of the time. For example, in real estate, I'm going to say something controversial. Deadlines, in my view, are guidelines. We have deadlines on offers that they must be accepted by this time. But guess what? What if you don't accept it by that time? Does that mean you can't negotiate further? Yes, you can. Deadlines are guidelines. So don't feel pressured. Don't feel forced. You can walk away from a deal and the other party is more motivated. The other party is more emotionally invested. Then in the negotiating table, you're more likely to get what you want. Again, it may not be 50-50. But if the other party has a need and you can solve that need for them, you can fix whatever that emotional driver is for them in the negotiation. If it's not 50-50, it's still a win-win for each party. If your current negotiations are not working, it's probably one of these reasons. If you're getting into deals that are not good deals, it's probably one of these reasons. I've seen a lot of real estate investors, even me in my past. I was just happy. I was known as a real estate investor, right? I got to go find deals every month. I was doing bad deals just because I thought I was supposed to be doing deals. Emotions, ego, pride, take all of that out. Real estate, and I'm in real estate or business in general or your life in general, when it comes to real estate, business, it's usually a very logical based negotiation. If you can logically deduce, this is what I need, and not deviate from it because of your emotions, you're more likely to succeed. Winning negotiation comes from sticking to what you have set out that you need and not giving in to your emotions and walking away if you need to. When you're stuck to a deal where you feel like you can't walk away, you're in a bad position. Whoever needs the deal least, business, real estate, life, even relationships, whoever is willing to walk away has more control. So keep that in mind. Next time you're in a deal, you're negotiating, whether it's real estate, whether it's business, whatever it may be willing to walk away and take the emotion out of it, and don't settle for 50-50.